After a couple of micro-scale builds, we are back at Minifigure Habitat. So the latest one was the dog groomer from the CMF 25. Today we're going to build an habitat for the Triceratops Costume Fan. That was very challenging. And for one of the cutest minifigure, in my opinion, which is the Mushroom Sprite. Very, very cool. So we can push the dog groomer on the side, and we are going to start right away from the Mushroom Sprite. So here we have a build up already, 8x8, a lot of greenery and grass, and a little path with some stairs leading up here. So we're going to build some sort of little mushroom houses. Here I have the door of the first of these houses. I'm using a roller skate piece for the door handle. This one is going to sit on the jumper there. And then here I have a little structure built sideways so we can get the shape of the base of the mushroom, built all in white with a little bit of tan on top. And we have also an open stud there to which we can add the first butterfly of this scene. So this is going to go around here. It's going to be slightly offset thanks to the jumper. So we have this first build there, and I think we can already go at the back side. So here the structure that we're going to connect, to which we're going to build the top part of the mushroom that is going to look like the one from the minifigure. Everything is built sideways, connected over there with plates and slopes. I added a few round white tiles to match this, and here I have a space for a bigger one that is here on a jumper, and I'm going to use one of those inch pieces to give just a slight angle. There's not much space to move that around, but I think it's already pretty good, and you can see already the resemble, and the mushroom village is coming in shape well. I'm going to build another one here, and here is where I went a little bit more difficult. So over here I have a structure made with brackets. I build up the side, rounded on the side, and also coming off at the front with some slopes. I added a window, in this case instead of a door. The window is a bit tilted back because what I did is sit the window there, and basically I'm just adding this tile to give a little bit of support so that the window don't fall back, and in the same way is a bit tilted back. So I think that will make it a little bit more interesting, and we can go and connect this on this side, and we need to add a little bit of extra support. So you can see it's going to be a very busy scene, but it looks quite nice with this path leading towards the entrance of this one. For this one, I'm going to go with a different color scheme. Of course, here we have the sky in the background, but I'm going to go for a blue one over here. Again, the same. I have a big white one over here in the center that is going to be slightly tilted upwards. Over here, I'm going to just add one more of this. This is not going to be connected, but I think it will help me to give the overall shape of this village. So you can see the scene already look pretty good. Here in the center is where we're going to add our mushroom sprite, but of course we need to add a lot of smaller mushroom to the scene. So one is going to be at that jumper there at the back. It's going to be a little bit of a crowded scene. So over there I'm using this printed mushroom piece that come from another CMF minifigure for which I already built an habitat. And on top we're going to add this purple butterfly that come from the tiny plants. And this is just going to sit on top of that. Very easy, very straightforward. Over here on the left, we have a bigger mushroom in dark red, to which we add another one of these butterfly on an angle coming off with the angle stud, with the minifigure stand that I always use to pose my minifigures. So this is going to connect to the jumper. We just need to find the right spot. There we go. Here in the middle, I wanted to add a little animal to give a little bit of extra color. So here we have a little bunny there in the middle. I have another of these minifigures, so I'm going to use another of these to create an actual big chunky mushroom that is going to be there. So you can see it's the same head piece. And then over here, I'm going to use a technique that is actually used in many mocks. I'm going to use one of these gears to create the bottom side of the mushroom. This is going to just sitting there. It's going to be a blue one. So we can have a blue mushroom with the gear to give the underside of the mushroom there, and then we can add our minifigure. So I think this, for sure, was a great success. It's a very nice and colorful scene. Maybe a little bit too busy, but I'm very happy on how this turned out. Now let's move it to the side, and here comes the challenge. This Triceratops Costume Fan. So probably the best idea for this one would have been to build a sort of dinosaur museum and have this one inside with some skeleton or some fossils from dinosaurs. But I don't have any sticker from Jurassic Park or Jurassic World to make that scene interesting. So I went for a different route. I'm not super happy with the result, but then you can let me know in the comments what you think about it. So I'm actually going for a proper prehistoric scene. So here I'm gonna build a sort of little volcano kind of thing. So here I already built up sideways with trans, clear, red and orange and yellow parts. This is gonna connect over there and it's gonna be the base of this sort of lava pool. Another build sideways coming upwards over here. And then we can add a little bit more detail. So we can have one loose tile over there, couple of slopes. So here I having a spillover of lava coming off to the side. And then we can also create a little bit of a round edge to this side. Over here, I'm going with some nougat to create the side where our character will be sitting. And now we need to complete this sort of little volcano structure. Everything is in dark gray and black. Maybe a little bit too black. Maybe I should have stick only to gray. But let's see how the final result gonna look. I'm also trying to use some slopes in this build. So as you can see here, I'm gonna use this one to create this edge of the mountain. And I have another one on the other side. So maybe here you can see more clearly. I was planning to do some like mountain in the background. So I think this will look like a sort of micro scale mountain that goes at the back. Of course, when you use the slopes, then you're gonna have these awkward gaps in between because they don't align perfectly. But I think for this one could have worked well. We're gonna add this other backside over here, and now we need to add all of the details. So what we're gonna do is to have these Triceratops more or less connected over here, something like this. Where is it? Something like this. At the back side, we are gonna have another piece of mountain to which I'm gonna add an egg. Suppose that this is a dinosaur egg. This is actually coming from the succulent set. There's a lot of these green eggs in that set. Let's put this back over there. Over here, we're gonna add a plant. So I have some fern pieces and this broom piece that come from the tiny plants as well. So this is the structure that we have. I'm gonna add a little bone over here and a little bit of extra terrain on top of the lava floating. And then I have this little Velociraptor coming out of a broken egg, like this. So we make it look like the Triceratops Costume Fan is actually playing with these tiny dinosaurs. We can add a little bit more details here on the side, so to make this spill of lava look a little bit better. And you can see I have a stud open there because I thought, why not? To make the scene have a little bit of a different color, we can add a little bit more white. So we have a simple cloud, a simple tile cloud that called the color of the bone and the broken egg. Last thing to add, spill of lava coming from the top. We have this power blast thingy that has just nice space to connect to that hollow stud that I put at the back. And here we have our completed scene. So I think this one is not so cohesive and maybe too many colors going over. So I'm not super happy about it, but you can let me know in the comments what you think about it. And stay tuned because next week I'm going to go with two more minifigure habitats from the CMF Series 25. And here on screen you can find the one that started the series if you want to go and check it out. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao.